What up, everybody in the pod verse and all those sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Black Log, where we talk black about TV, film, music. Sometimes we just digress into conversations and drink hot coffee or hot tea, which is recommended by 3 out of 4 cardiologists. My name is Rod. The gentleman to my left or my right, I don't know what platform you're watching. His name is Ryan. Say hello, Ryan.
What up? What up? What up? What's happening? What's happening?
That's how he says hello.
Yo.
He is my fellow Purple Knight, fellow Bison. He's a fellow email. How about that? And a fellow black man.
And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share. Share, meaning, let other people know about it. And if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give us a 5-star rating. And, if you don't really dig us, leave that 5-star rating. And we promise to do better the next time. And also, you can find a lot more of our clips, specifically clips from our shows, can be found on, the regular spots, IG, TikTok, or whatever it's about to be called.
FB.
All that stuff. Also,
IG's turning names, changing names?
I don't know what TikTok's doing. I don't know.
I didn't know that. That was like, what are you talking about?
I don't.
Sorry.
Facebook too.
Yeah. I just say, wait, what?
whatever they doing, they doing something. But also, if you're looking, it is homecoming season. I must say, it is homecoming season.
Yes.
So you need to shout out, go to eTiffany Custom Creations. Found at eTiffanyCreations.com. They'll do anything you want.
For all your apparel needs.
It is homecoming season.
You can get draws if you want. All right, you can't get draws. I don't know what they might. Who knows? They might make homecoming draws for you. Who knows? It is homecoming season. As you see this, I have just attended my reunion at St. Augustine High School.
And I have done mine. Well, I missed my St. Aug reunion, but it wasn't a reunion actually. I did my reunion. It was
not your year.
No, it's not my year, but it was my year at Howard homecoming. For my line, it was our 30th anniversary. Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated Alpha Chapter, the Mother Pearl, and we celebrated 30 years at the homecoming too.
You did? I thought
Yes.
Past homecoming. Okay.
Yes. This past homecoming. Yes.
As you know, we've been doing the television show Good Times, and we are at episode 9.
Hey, also,
What?
we hope that you enjoyed our re-air of The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I guess. Yes. I guess you would have seen that, everybody. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is correct.
That was shown while we were both at homecoming.
How about that? We've been doing Good Times. This is episode 9 of season 2. The Gang, part 1. Does that sound ominous? The Gang, part 1.
Back then it was. And Rod will actually be giving you, a brief summary.
I will.
And our brief summary is brought to you by Brevity. If you didn't have it, we'd be here all day.
So, JJ has been a member of the Satan Night Street Gang for like 3 months, and he has never taken part in the Rumble yet. Some of the members are getting on him because tonight's Rumble, he's going to participate, and their leader, Mad Dog, is coming by to make sure. JJ
And
tells
don't
him,
nobody mess with Mad Dog.
Yeah, you're interjecting my brevity. JJ tells Michael and Thelma that they need to get Florida and James out of the house. They say, we gonna send them to the movies. Okay, they agree to it. Florida and James are happy to get out of the house. The kids are at the house alone. JJ has a plan. Mad Dog comes about with the gang to pick up JJ, who tries to get out of it. They eventually leave. Mad Dog, Neckbone, and I forgot the
Little boy eventually comes
Wait,
back to
Sweet
the house only to
Sweet
get his ass whipped by James for not studying with Michael.
You throwing me off. Neckbone and Sweet Pea come by the house. They eventually get him out the house. They go to the streets. They on their way to the Rumble. Florida and James decide they're not going to the movie because the line was too long and it's cold. And they run into JJ and the gang in the streets. James says he's taking JJ home. Mad
No,
Dog
Ma.
says
No, Ma. I didn't choose them. They chose me.
Mad Dog pulls the gun.
That's what he did.
And shoots JJ. That's our brief. That was
Was that
brief.
what they call the Saturday night special? That he
Yes,
got
so.
shot with?
That's what they would call it. 38. JJ, like I said, JJ comes home. He's with Neckbone and Sweet Pea. We learned that he is a member
We learned that
of
he
the-
has friends. Because a couple
has
of weeks
friends.
ago, we were talking about the fact that Do the Evans kids actually had friends.
Neckbone is played by Michael D. Roberts, whose claim to fame would be playing Rooster on Beretta, who was actually a pimp, as opposed to Huggy Bear, who was just an informant. People think Huggy Bear was a pimp, and he wasn't. He was.
I think they just like the name. Just
I
like
know,
the name.
but he was. Rooster was a pimp, played by Michael D. Roberts. Sweet Pea was played by Douglas Grant, who would be known for the Electric Company, What's Happening, and his infamous 2 roles on Good Times. Quite honestly, they're talking
Teach me some of those. Teach me some of those. So study those. You know, those A+ tricks, Michael. Nah, man, I just study.
They're talking about a gang fight, and they're about to have with the Warlords. They're talking about how JJ has missed all the past fights with the other gang, and JJ is really trying to get out of it. JJ
You know, this is the first time that I realized that JJ had been in that gang for 3 months.
Yes, me too. I didn't know
Like-
it was that long.
3 months? I
Yeah.
never caught that. I don't think they ever said that on the reruns that I watched.
I think it's quite the talent that he's avoided fights all this time.
That is quite a talent. But 90 days to avoid any kind of fights.
But this time he is being pushed because Mad Dog ain't having it. And Mad Dog, the leader of the Satan Knights, is coming by to pick him up at 8 p.m. JJ got a problem. So they let him go, and JJ goes inside. And I must admit, I did like Florida came off the elevator.
Oh, yeah, they
And
switched up real quick.
They switched up real quick, like hoodlums used to do back in the day. You know, he's like, hey, I'm sorry, how you doing, Miss Jack? How you doing, Miss Evans?
How you doing, Miss Evans?
How you doing? Then they go kill somebody later on, but they always had respect for the elders. I love that.
Why is
Because
that
as soon as she
JJ
goes in the house, they say, "You better be ready." And they turn on a dime. It's like,
And
"You
they were
better
and
be
they
ready."
were on and that's when JJ. Why didn't they correct him when he said Sagittarius? Why did they allow him to say that on TV? He said Sagittarius.
Did it get a laugh?
No, it didn't.
They thought
And
it was going to get a
I
laugh.
was literally sitting up there like, y'all didn't say cut. JJ, the word is Sagittarius, not Sagittarius.
They thought that was going to be an uproarious laugh, and it just didn't pay off the way they thought.
It fell
Yeah.
flat. So they just, yeah.
They thought that was going. They thought that was going to make the audience go, "Yeah," and they didn't. They thought it was going to do like Fat Albert and then be happy as hell, but it did not. JJ enters, and he is down. James is present and sees that he is down. They talk about dinner, meat prices. Florida is buying Florida's buying a tie for. Talking about, I need to buy you a tie for
Season
$1.70.
two, hey, bro, season two Evans. They out here buying ties, muscatel, all type of stuff.
No, but he want to buy him a tie, tie for $1.75 to go to a party for some kid named Charlie from the
Became a
neighborhood who's
lawyer.
opening up a law office, and they talk about, yo, it sure, it sure proves no matter what happens, you can overcome everything. I think that's a great message to always put out there. But you know what? Maybe everybody shouldn't have to overcome overwhelming odds.
Yeah,
Maybe it shouldn't have to. But
that's
I think it's all.
that's how it is in Cabrini Green.
But no, I think we hear it today too. People they say,
Oh yeah, it's
you go-
one. It is definitely just like a catchphrase now.
yeah, it's like but I mean, I applaud anyone who does it, but it's kind of unfair that you have to. 2020, and you still hear the story.
Everybody's beating the odds, bro. I mean, if you gotta beat the odds, I mean, it is what it is. But
But
everybody, I think what you're trying to say more so is that everybody has not had to go through the odds that they claim they went through. Like, I
True.
think some people will say, man, I beat the odds. And they don't really clarify that. They just kind of leave it out there kind of vague. And they just let you just kind of go with your imagination and think, oh man, he was running through bullet-ridden streets and people were chasing after him. When actually, he had a Christmas just like us. He got an Atari too.
well, we cut to JJ. We cut to JJ.
He got a chance to get Garbage Pail Kid just like every other kid.
We cut to JJ in war-torn Chicago as he goes to into Thelma's room to find Thelma and Michael playing Monopoly. JJ lets it be known that
season two Evans. Look at him, boy. They done bought Monopoly. They coming up in the world, man.
he said he lets it be known he's a Satan. He said he got secrets I can't tell you. They get him to say it. We ain't gonna say nothing. He says, I'm a member of the Satan Knights. Thelma go, ooh, I'm gonna tell Mama.
She showed all of her 16-year-old self.
Yes, she did. Oh my God. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna tell Mama. Chains in Florida are still talking about again. I guess I spoke about that, huh? But the whole thing about Charlie. But they always say, you forgot. We gonna have us a Supreme Court justice. I'm so glad Michael was with it because they put some expectations. It's like that mother or that father who says you gonna go to the NFL and you gonna buy me a big house.
Well, Michael did that himself. Michael put those expectations on himself.
He
They
did.
probably and they all said, if Michael say he gonna do it, he's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it. That's how Florida gonna look. She gonna say, if Michael says he's gonna do it. Mm-hmm.
And not Michael running around with a thick mustache, just looking old.
Maybe he could be a traffic court. I think if we did, I think Michael would be a traffic court judge. I think he would be a judge, but like a traffic court judge, or maybe for juveniles or something like that. He may not be Supreme Court, but I think he would be a judge. I think Michael would be a respected lawyer in Chicago.
Might be.
I don't think you don't.
I do think that Michael. I think that Thelma probably ends up on Broadway. Either Broadway or she ends up in a Mama I Want to Sing play. Mama I Want to Sing.
Well, I missed that one.
You don't remember those type plays, bro?
I do remember Mama the fish ain't burned. I don't know. Yeah, those type of plays. You talking about like that?
Mama, you didn't burn the ribs. Showing this Sunday at the Sanger Theater.
Mama, you ain't burned the ribs. 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Let me stop.
Mama,
we
she brought potato salad with raisins.
stop. Just stop. A story of white and black. Oh my God. He brings the potato salad. And they had raisins in them.
Who's your boy? Who your boy?
We go back to JJ Thelma and Michael, and JJ's like, I got to get these people out of the house. I got to get them out of the house. And they say, why don't we send them to the movies? And they say, that's a good idea.
They did a good job of getting them out to the movies, too.
They sit for dinner, they start talking, they start whining James and Florida, and they keep winding them up and they say, y'all could go out. And they brought up, he said, there's a new movie out there, Claudine. You need to go. It's about a black woman, this, that, and the other. Claudine, and it's starring.
That was a real movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, you almost lost you might have lost your black card. Some people that you said. That's
I was young. I was young when that movie came out. Like toddler young. Like
yeah. Okay.
What year they come out?
It's like 76.
I was about 2 years old.
Okay.
I probably wasn't even 2. I was technically born in December, so I probably 1 still. Like
okay.
Or as kids who we grew up with. How old are you? I'm 5.5. Really? Or are you just 6?
Are you trying to be
old? Are you
old?
5.5, or are you just 5 and you're going on 6? I hated that when kids used to tell me that. How old are you? I'm 8.5. Man, you 8, bro. Stop it.
I see
Stop
that,
it, bro.
I can see that.
You
really
are 8, man. You are not. You are going on 9.
That truly, Bob.
I used to hate that, bro.
Oh God.
Hey.
But like I said, they sitting for dinner and say, "Yeah, man, you need to go to Claudine." Start James Earl Jones, and Claudine, who stars as this woman who lives in the projects. And somebody said, "Julia in the projects? I got to see that because Julia was the star. Diana Carroll was the star of the quote unquote first black sitcom.
Oh yeah.
Which was Julia, and she was a widowed nurse with a son. So yeah, yeah.
But it's pretty good plot back then.
The point is,
pretty good plot back then in the 70s.
Yeah. But the pointer is they put this movie out for, and they got interested. They said, "Oh my God, we'll send you. Y'all deserve a night out. This, that, and the other." They said, "You know what?
How they gonna send them out with the budget?"
Look, I don't know. They got the money this week. They send them on their way, and well, it's time for them to get ready. We got late. It's later on. Michael and Thelma are very concerned, and they're knocking the door. Up. JJ's
that was a hell of an entrance. Mad Dog when he walked in.
That's the same entrance that
I put Mad Dog's entrance up there with Thor in Infinity War.
You should stop,
bruh. It was like everything stopped. Mad Dog walked in, and the crowd went, ooh.
You know what? You know what I say to you right now? I say what Denzel Washington said in Flight. I'm drunk now. Because that don't even say that. You said Mad Dog.
I'm dying.
Hey. Man, Mad Dog did the same entrance that Sweet Daddy did. Except his two henchmen walk in and walk to the side of the door, and then the other one walks through.
When Sweet Daddy walked in, it was kind of a comical, you know what I'm saying? When Mad Dog walked in,
it's the same version of the two guys standing at the side of the door.
Because Bubba Smith and the other dude, the little short dude who looked like Billy from Purple Rain.
I don't think he appreciates that gentleman. I don't think he appreciates you calling him that.
They look like henchmen. The two dudes who just, they were just a couple of kids in the gang. But when Mad Dog walked in, it was like, ooh, who is this dude?
With
a beautiful fro. Beautiful.
Played by one. I guess they got somebody to do the hair, except for James' hair. Played by one Oscar DeGrue. I'm assuming he has family in New Orleans.
Oscar, all right with me. He definitely got people in somewhere in New Orleans.
um, Michael is standing up and saying, you know, talking about we come here to JJ, you know, and Michael kind of standing, you know, he's like, who is this? And Michael is like, dwarf, come a dwarf. Michael be standing tough and stuff like that. And then they said, we come here for JJ. Him asked my sister Thelma. Thelma?
One of the greatest lines.
When you get
One of
a
the
weird
greatest
name
comebacks.
like Thelma,
One of the greatest comebacks in television history.
and
One of the
Thelma
greatest
says, you see, when I was born, my mama took one look at me and called me Thelma. Just like your mama looked at you and called you Mad Dog. Let me tell you something. That's in the Hall of Fame of TV
Oh, yeah.
lines.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
That's Thelma's signature line.
Yeah. Thelma has two signature lines. That and when she told JJ that I hate you.
Hate you.
When she said it, I know my boy from high school, my boy David, bro, call him D-Ray. He used to cry laughing, bro. We used to talk about that part, bro. He used to say, "You liar." You, dang, Thelma. Thelma was feeling that.
You was distraught by that. It got you a little
my
distraught.
I'll be honest with you, that when I was younger, that episode was not a fun episode to watch for me. That part one, never liked it. Never liked it.
This episode.
This episode, when he got shot, had traumatized me, and of course, the infamous letter when they found out that James was killed in Mississippi. And was he in Mississippi when he got killed? Or was he just killed in an auto accident?
Yeah, he was killed in Mississippi.
Ain't that something? He got killed in his hometown. That's terrible.
I'm not laughing.
That messed me up. That's why to this day I say, what's her name? Esther Rolle. I don't understand to this day why she did not get, I mean, other than the fact that she was black, that why she did not at least get nominated for an Emmy for that episode of Good Times. That is one of the greatest acting jobs I have seen in my lifetime. I cannot watch that episode, that ending, without choking up. I can make fun. People love to make fun of damn. I never made fun of it, bro. I was like, that's not funny. There's nothing funny about that. People make fun of that to this day, bro. I be looking at them like, I don't know what y'all think is so funny. It is not funny.
Ryan, you on the bus on the 93, somebody talking about it. It's not funny at all. It's not.
It's not, bro. It's not funny at all, bro. I'm like, bro, you get choked up looking at that, bro. That is great. If people understood it, Florida and her character and how you would expect her to act. She went there the whole episode chilling. And then she just let it all out. Greatest acting job I've ever seen.
I don't understand, JJ. She didn't even cry. Why am I doing this? We are talking
She's just out there laughing.
We are talking about Mad Dog No Good.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, kind of digress.
Like I said, Mad Dog has come here. He introduced himself, and Mad Dog's like, JJ, come out here. JJ comes out there with an ice pack on his head.
Looks ridiculous.
And a thermometer, and it's like he talking about he got the flu and he got sick, and it's like, man.
I will say this. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
They are about it, and I don't even think that JJ he's ever got there. He's at no point in time does he have them convinced he's sick, especially when Mad Dog produces a 22 and puts it to his nose.
I will say that neck bone obviously paid attention in science class because he did recognize that 98.6 was the correct temperature that you should have when you do not have a fever.
Chicago school system was not as bad as you think. He went to Simeon. He went to King. He went to King High School. How about that?
He said, man, it's 98.6. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
If it was 97.3, it was 97.3.
He might have been on his way to being a scientist.
Maybe.
Then he got deterred to the
he got turned
warlords.
He got
was the warlords or Satan Knights?
Oh my God!
Which one was he in?
He was in the Satan Knights, man.
Satan Knights. Satan Knights, right?
JJ says, JJ says, ready to go. So he goes in the back and he comes out like seconds later with a red bandana around his head and a jean jacket. He ready to rumble. He said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And he walks him to the door and he closes behind him. He closes.
Yeah.
like they gonna forget. He closed behind him. I was like,
It was ridiculous, bro.
ridiculous, dog. It is ridiculous.
And yes, Mad Dog saw all through that. Everybody was all hyped up. The
Yeah.
other two dudes were hyped up. Mad Dog was like, "What's up with you? You ain't got all excited now." Like,
What?
he like you act like I just didn't see you not 3 minutes ago trying to fake not going out.
Get down, ready to rumble. It's sad because they're literally carrying him. Like we're going to a fight. I don't really want to be carrying somebody. I don't need to. You're going to be not an asset. You're not an asset to this fight. If I got to carry you, if we gotta walk you to a fight. I don't get that at all. And they're in the streets of Chicago, and we see James in Florida. It's cold, and the Hawk is
You can
is
tell.
whipping. The
You can
Hawk
tell
is
it's whipping.
It's cold, as they call Chicago. Or wait, what's the term I heard? I've never been to Chicago, but I heard the term. It's brick, or maybe it's that Detroit. It's cold. It's
Brisk?
brick.
Oh no, I've never heard that.
But the Hawk was called, and it's like it was. The whole thing with them was
You might as well put Brick up there with I was about to call that dude Bad Daddy, Bad Bunny, and The Weeknd. Just put them all together as things I don't know.
things Ryan doesn't know. Like I said, James in Florida, they're talking about saying, they said the kids are gonna be so disappointed. Baby, it's cold. I don't feel like waiting in that line. Let's get the hell out of here. They see JJ running, being dragged down the street by Sweet
AJ,
Pea.
you're in the game. No, ma. I didn't choose them. They
JJ
chose me.
Junior, what's going on? They chose me. Junior, you going with me. And Mad Dog said, he ain't going nowhere. How dare you say, and Florida said something to him, and Mad Dog says, I know you heard what I said.
Mad Dog, if you don't get your hand on my wife's face, I'm gonna slap a muzzle on you.
He put his finger in Florida's face. He was putting his finger in his face, and now go ahead. What did he say?
Oh, he said, Mad Dog, if you don't get your hand out of my wife's face, I'm gonna slap a muzzle on you. Damn.
And then he said, James said, I'm taking my son. And all of a sudden, the gun comes out.
He pulled it out too. He pulled out that sucker. He started popping. He popped and ran.
Shot JJ.
Yeah, that was
Florida
pretty.
grabbing JJ. The streets are a mess.
Yeah,
People come
back
running out
then-
of Harold's Chicken.
Back then, they had that pause, but they would pause it and say to be continued, and you could tell they just paused it because it's still kind of blurry, and it makes for an even worse effect. Like, oh,
Man, Good Times. Good Times was good to me, but he kind of slightly traumatized.
oh yeah, to be continued, bro. Good Times. Seeing with Good Times, to be continued was always the second part. Obviously, was always good. Mostly for me because of the finality of it all. It was over, and I was like, okay, the show is ended, and next week they're gonna go to a new topic. Thank you, I appreciate that. But with Good Times, they didn't always give you the ending. They gave you the finality. Like on part two, you felt good that there was some type of finality, but it wasn't the one you thought you was getting. As
No.
we'll find out. Spoiler alert.
Um,
I guess it would be a spoiler
And-
alert if I actually gave the spoiler away.
and then Florida says, Junior, say something.
I'm
Somebody
shot.
got shot.
That's what he said,
They had to try and get a laugh out. And then the infamous tune in next week for the conclusion of JJ and the gang.
They added a little bit. I caught that. They caught that. It wasn't as bad as the last one, but it was still just a little slight tweak to it. They wanted to make sure you knew it was JJ and the gang.
And the gang.
It's like you didn't get it. It's like you didn't get enough when you saw him get shot. It's like, do you really think that people are going to turn this off and tomorrow no one on earth is going to be talking about the fact that JJ got shot? Do you really think that? Really?
I gotta say the Black Club is sponsored by Fade to Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, so put life into your loved one's death at Fade to Black Funeral Homes with t-shirt printing and tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to Black. This is an easy one. Quote of the
I don't
show.
have a whole lot of just in general for these categories.
You know what the quote of the show is.
I had several actually. Probably, I think mainly because, but you know what? That's a Hall of Fame quote.
But that's the quote of the show. In the quote of the year.
But that's why I had to choose others because it's a Hall of Fame quote. It's like it's too easy.
Sometimes you must. What Bruce Lee said. You must be like water. Don't fight it. You know that honorable mention.
I'll give you some honorable mentions.
Honorable mention is Mad Dog. You better
If
get
you
your
don't get
finger
your
on
hands on my
my
wife's
wife's
face,
face. I'm gonna put a muzzle on you.
Slap a muzzle on you.
Quote of the show is
Also,
just, it's that
I did like. No, I think you know what? I think I'm gonna put that as a runner-up on my background Brent quote.
I don't know what you're talking about, but the quote of the show, Thelma. Where you get a weird name like Thelma? See,
When I was born, my mama looked at me and called me Thelma. Just like when you was born, your mama took one look at you and called you Mad Dog.
Everybody was laughing by the time she said, "Your mama looked at you." They knew.
It was such a you just put yourself in. You open yourself up for that one. It was such a you open yourself up
It's
for
like
that
you were
one.
boxing and you just dropped your hands and thought you was gangster.
I mean, honestly though, what black girl you didn't know when you were younger who, if somebody threw such an open alley-oop, would not take it?
It's like
I mean,
Vince-
it was like, it's
Vince
almost
Carter.
like he said that. It's like the with Moses, the sieges parted, bro. Like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Did you
Vince Carter.
really did you really? You know what? You mentioned Vince Carter. I saw somebody name the top 5 dunkers of all time. Did not have Vince Carter listed. I just wanted to mention that.
What's that get out? You would get out on me like
no, serious. They had Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, somebody else, and
the fact that you said
Number
somebody
one.
else is bad.
I can't remember the person. It was somebody legit. Number 1, Ja Morant. Really? That's where we're
Vince.
going.
Man,
I just assumed that Vince was. I was like, it must be Vince. Ja Morant.
you have to remember you are of a generation now. There's a new generation out here saying things. They say things like that. But the fact that Vince Carter could do a reverse a 360 and his body is going against it. Like it's not even an argument. This is not even a debate.
I just thought I'd mention that.
Okay.
We can move on.
Shagoo moment I can't because JJ was horrified the whole show. JJ was horrified.
I didn't have a Shagoo moment of that show.
He was horrified the whole show. He
I
really
mean,
was.
technically, you could probably throw it toward the way of Neckbone, maybe. If you
know
wanted,
what?
If you wanted to be like, if you wanted to stretch it, but probably not.
The fact that I'm so used to giving it to JJ, I didn't even think of any. It's like I'm so used to giving it to JJ.
You know what was funny? Sweet Pea. Ain't that right, Mad Dog? when Thelma pushed him, he jumped in Michael's face, and then Thelma pushed him. Ain't that right, Mad Dog? Don't back me up.
That dude was like,
What episode is that?
He was like the cartoon. He was like you know how they have the little dog in the cartoon. Hey bud. He literally was that. He's the personification of it.
I need to know what episode.
What is still an issue in the community? Gangs. End of story. Gangs. End.
Gangs. Yep.
Gang. I mean, shit. To my knowledge, the Satan Knights and the Warlords still exist. I think there's some new ones, but they're still out there. Anything unrealistic? JJ avoiding gang.
I think the house guest is the one with the bully. Is that the bully?
No, I think that's later on with the old man who wants to die somewhere.
We got to do the episode?
You don't have to because that sounds depressing the way you said that.
Oh, my goodness. That is literally an episode that we only had, 5 stations, right? We had UHF and, at the time, it was just actually CBS, NBC, ABC, and of course PBS.
Okay.
In the UHF.
Yes.
I promise you, if that episode was on, I'm probably not watching it. As much TV as I watch, and as few channels as we had, and the fact that I could not go outside because why? Because your mama didn't let us go outside on weekdays. I would still skip over that episode, like, because the old dude, he looked kind of creepy already.
That dude's well known. He's a pretty popular actor. He was,
but he still looked creepy.
He was not Medium Man. He was in the 5 Heartbeats.
I think he was in Roots too. Wasn't he in Roots?
No, he wasn't in Roots.
That's a shame to put that man in Roots.
He could have been. You know what? I haven't seen Roots in a minute, so you know what I need to watch? I need to watch the remake of Roots. I heard there was a remake. I do want to watch it.
I can't watch Roots. You know why I can't watch Roots? Because every 4th of July, your mom and dad thought that it was, more so your mama, thought that it was right for me to have to sit down and watch Roots. And it only lasted for about 20 minutes. And she was like, Roger, let's go. So I did not want to watch Roots on the 4th of July.
And then you found yourself trying to force your sons. You want to watch Roots? No, I don't.
You know what movies I made Ross watch? I made him watch Do the Right Thing. I feel like I made him watch Airplane. I may have made him watch Airplane.
He just sitting there like, I don't want to watch this.
I made him watch Bamboozled. Bamboozled too, by Spike Lee.
And when you were finished, he did this.
Hey man, I never said I wasn't a waste. I never said that I was a good father. I just said I made him watch those movies.
Wasn't a waste. I have no dad nostalgia. I mean, I didn't join the gang.
I didn't join the gang. I'm all right.
I had my dad.
I also didn't live in Cabrini Green, so you know.
Yeah, I didn't have. My dad was. The streets of New Orleans have you captured. Come here, son.
There weren't there was really, I will say this though. This is a good one. Speaking of gangs, so back in the day in New Orleans, we used to have this gang called the Valley Boys. And we used to, we were in this program called ChemStar. We were in this program called ChemStar. Xavier University used to have this program every year. They had one for biology. If you were taking biology in high school the next year, you had BioStar. There was MathStar. And ChemStar was when me and all our boys got together. We were like, oh man, we're going to ChemStar. And all we wanted to really do was go out there to Xavier University and have a good time and hang out with girls. It's during the summertime. You know, whatever. But we were all split up into groups. And they had group leaders. In fact, Wild Wayne. Wild Wayne from who's famous down there in New Orleans. He was actually leading one of the groups.
He's a DJ in New Orleans from Q93.
Yeah, he's a DJ. But he led
WQ93, the hip hop of New Orleans.
Yeah, he led one of the groups when he was, I guess, at Xavier or whatever. So one day, dude that I went to elementary school with, we had this girl in our group.
Chemistry didn't work out for Wild Wayne, did it?
Yeah, he's straight with what he's doing now. He's all right. He was like, I'm good. He said, I'm good on that chemistry.
Yeah.
I'll go over here. But anyway, dude, one day, he used to always be messing with this girl, clowning her. And she was quiet and she didn't say too much. And you know what I'm saying? So she was like, she used to be like, you stupid. Like, why don't you just chill out? And we used to be laughing. We used to be like, he was kind of running on her. And then one day, you know this day, because everybody had it when we was younger. She clapped back at him. And when she clapped back, we was all sitting at the table. And you know what happened? Ooh. This dude, I can't even repeat what he said to her, bruh.
Please don't.
He can't, yeah, bruh. He called her out her name and told her to do something. It was so bad that we all looked like, really? Was it
real tomato ketchup?
She clapped back at you, and you clapped back like that? You've been riding her, for a long time now. And when he said that, bruh, this girl who didn't say that much, she also attended Mount Carmel, which, I mean, if on the outside you just think of somebody who went to Mount Carmel, I don't know the word to. I guess when we were in New Orleans, you might think no, I'm not going to even do that because that's not fair. But you didn't think too much of you wouldn't think she was going to say what she said next. I put it like that. And she just starts going off, bro. She didn't say that much the whole time, bro. On this day though, on this day.
In this year, the law.
She was like, what the F you said, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I'm about to get, I ain't gonna name people. I'm gonna get such and such from the Valley Boys and blah, 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 and the Valley Boys, and they gonna come out here and they gonna whip your ass and blah, 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 blah. And we were sitting there thinking like, and I think because we knew that she went to Mount Carmel, we were like, but she was talking about the 7th Ward. And she was talking, it was clear as day that she knew what she was talking about. But we still was sitting there like, I mean, I get it, but, Really? Let me tell you something. Every Friday there was the groups would come together and do a competition. And we would all go to Xavier University's auditorium. Mm-hmm. And after, we're walking back to get our bags out of the science building. And we walk up and we see some dudes hanging out on campus who don't really look like they go to Xavier University.
Why are you judging them?
And we were just standing out there. I mean, you whatever you want to say.
Maybe they win Math Star.
No, they were not in Madison.
You're a jelly little
and one of the dudes say, bro, one of y'all dudes know a dude name, and he named a dude. And we were like, and when he said it, it clicked in my head like, oh, she really was not playing. Like it all clicked in my head. And I was like, he said, y'all know dude? He's like, you know where he at? Like, nah, I don't know where he at, bro. I was like, yeah, I know. I said, we know him, but nah, we don't know where he at.
Say, nah, I don't know that nigga.
I knew where he was. He was in the science building because he was in my group. I went up there, bro, and I said, bro, hey, man, when I walked in there, I could tell by his face, he knew that the Valley Boys were out there, too. I'm assuming that when he walked by, they must have said, hey, bro, you know a dude named... Ooh, wait a minute, I'm going to have to... I take that name out. I didn't mean to say that. And, I'll make sure. But anyway, but I was like, I walked up there, I was like, bruh, you know the Valley Boys out there looking for you? And bruh, you talk about somebody who looks shook. And this dude said out of his mouth, man, she knew I was just playing. What? Do you recall what you told her? Do you recall what you told her?
This is the part as his friends where you supposed to be you right. You kind of you supposed to come out and say,
I looked at him like, bro, you gotta be kidding me.
You supposed to say it wasn't. You right.
We didn't have a long conversation, but I was looking at him like, bro, you must not remember what you said the other day.
This is the part where you supposed to lie to make him feel good.
So not truth be told, I offered him because I think I had Dad's Subaru that day. So because it was summertime for Dad, and during he didn't have school during the day, so I could use the car during the day. During the summertime, because he wasn't teaching during the day. And for us, all we did was pack. You know how it was back in the day. You pack about 10 people in the car. I said, bro, you want to ride out with us, bro? I said, bro, I'll ride around and you can come out the side door and you can jump on in. He was like, he said, nah, I think he said his dad was coming to pick him up. I said, you sure? He was like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, no, you're not good, but okay.
Be honest with you.
And he obviously got off. I tell you one thing. He did not say another word to that girl for the rest of the program. And she came in every day with kind of a little smug smile on her face. Like, I told you I was from the 7th Ward.
He said, he told you, I'm good. And you said, no, actually you aren't. Actually, to be honest,
I might not be good either.
Those gentlemen I saw outside, I do not think you're good with them.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. When a couple of weeks ago, when I told that story about me getting jumped, I wasn't good. This dude chased me, and they chased me. When I got to the Winn-Dixie, that's the safest I felt.
You have a lot of getting jumped stories.
Not just that one. Just that one.
Either part of, know of. You got a lot of getting jumped.
I just seem to get caught up in things.
You seem to get caught. It's a lot of getting jumped. Well, he got jumped. I got jumped. They wanted to jump me. Miss Mac got me. Miss Mac got me home.
I only had one actual story of getting jumped. So I can say that much.
All right, we keep it at that. Like I said,
any background Brent quotes?
Tune in next week for
I had
JJ and the Gang. Part 2.
I had one and a runner-up. My runner-up was what are you parents doing this PM? JJ said that.
He did say that.
What?
You know what? I don't have a background Brent quote, but there was a moment when Sweepy said something, And he looked at JJ. No, he looked at Michael, and he looked at. It's like he looked at Michael, and Michael looked back at him like, "Yeah, you short as me." Talking about you in the game. It was a look. It was like, "Would you?"
JJ did have a background Brent quote, an actual background Brent quote, when he said, "What is it?" He was like, "I don't want to go." He really tried to walk off like, "I don't want to go." And that's when they took him out. Like, yeah, okay.
I longed for Thelma to call Sweet Pea a little bit. I wanted to hear Thelma say, "What up, little bit?" I wanted a little bit.
I knew, we used to have a little bit. It was cool if somebody called you little bit. You know what was not cool though? When somebody used to call you little boy. Ooh, little boy is the worst, bro. Little boy, like it's the older kids, like it would be the older girls. They'd be like, little boy, little boy, little boy, and you'd be sitting over there like, Mac, say man, will you please go somewhere else with that? I hate it, bro, with girls. Little boy. The older girls say that to the younger boys, bro. Like when they was mad, or they
That's black. That's black women in training with the. That's a little training. That's a training phase, little boy. That's a transitional training phase.
Hey, little boy, bro.
Little boy. Say little boy.
Bruh, it was when I heard girls say little boy, whether it was to somebody else or whether it was to me, it was cringeworthy, bro. It was like nails on a chalkboard, bro. When I would hear it, because I'm like, oh my, oh gosh.
Look at little boy. I've enjoyed this, but not as much as I'm going to enjoy JJ and the Gang Part 2.
That's when your boy Oscar, what's his name? Oscar DeGroot.
Yeah, they don't say Part 2.
That's when Oscar DeGroot, he deserved a little Emmy shout out too. He deserves it. What you want to do, man? Hit me, man.
Shh. Why you giving it away? You can't give it away. We're doing this.
These people watch TV One every week, bro.
Don't give it away.
I'm quite certain they've come across this episode at least 200 times.
But for those who haven't,
it's on you. For those who haven't, it's on you.
Oh man!
If you ain't run across this on YouTube or something by now,
as always, I've enjoyed this. Wow! Let's do this again. Hey, as always, I've enjoyed this. Until next week, peace out. All right.